Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So if you're here from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was behead. It's coming through as uh, being done with something. It has aggravated us or ran its course enough that we feel defeated in some sort. Whether this is just a relationship, a project, a goal, a path, as well as maybe just a little bit of everything. And we want to be done. Our supporting angel number card. Long journey. This goes into, though you are tired, keep on continuing, endure, achieve, progress, follow through. So when we really think about, uh, a goal, it feels more like goals, paths, directions, life in general. It could be relationships, but sometimes, we're not going to get into that quite yet. Uh, Through those processes, if we're going towards something that, in the beginning we really wanted it, we thought it was possible and it appeared possible, and throughout that we keep hitting resistance. Like everything's telling us that this is not right, this isn't meant for us. All the signs are saying no, but we keep pushing. And in that time, you wonder, is it really, if I had this drive in here and everything is telling me no, is it for me? Should I continue? Clearly, the message here is saying yes. Keep on continuing. Endure, achieve, follow through. Though you are tired. That's really hard to hear, especially during a period of not really having any confirmation, not having validation in the external or that relief that we seek, let alone what your support team looks like in your 3D, if we will. Do you have people actually cheering you on or helping you or a shoulder to lean on versus uh, just being out there on your own? Maybe you got your spirit team. We'll dive in deeper here to see what else this might pertain to. Got the Eight of Wands. It came out sideways and it landed more on the Eight of Wands upright. Progress. If we look at it sideways, it's also stating stagnation. So it's almost showing like this turning point towards progress, towards that validation, towards that proof. Uh, I'm all about hope. I'm all about faith. And I'm all about especially belief. I don't like to push false hope. But I see a lot of that online. And I'm not here to take away hope either. So maybe we're in that space that it's like, yeah, I just keep hearing that and it's going to be okay, or we're going to get this relief sometime soon, and it never comes. Uh, that's always a touchy thing, and everybody's entitled to their own beliefs and feelings. But where I get off on that is hope comes from a place of, in my mind, hope is I'm at the mercy of the external. Faith is I'm at the mercy of God, source, divine, universe, gods, goddesses, deities, angels, spirit guides, whatever you're subscribed to. And then belief is I'm in charge. And it's not in charge in an egotistical way. It's looking at the aspect of being a co-creator. If I believe something, I am my internal belief. The external is my reflection. Now, changing that belief is an internal battle, depending on what it's up against. That can be normally the most of our struggles are pushed up against a wound or a trauma or an insecurity, a fear. That's a belief that we hold inside. So obviously there's going to be the most resistance up against that. You can ask yourself, given whatever the situation is that you're experiencing, are you aware of yourself enough to say, yeah, you know what I'm experiencing right now is up against a fear of mine, an insecurity. It probably wouldn't be something new. It would be something we would have experienced throughout life. Maybe we picked up along the way in relationships, or we were raised in it. Our lineage carried it. That belief that uh, is up against that fear. So how can we just change that so easily? Maybe through this process, that is the goal. And for us to change that, again, I never said it was going to be easy. And that might be where the most of the resistance is, because that fear is real. That insecurity is real. That worry is real. And it's probably a logical one to an extent. And we believe that inside. So we can hope something will come along and make it all better. But what is that really going to do? It's a band-aid for the wound or the fear or the insecurity. That faith is also a saving grace. And I'm not taking away those, and I'm not saying they don't happen. But what's more powerful is that belief, and that is in us. And that's when we really start to pull our power back, be that co creator that we are, and allow it to work how it does every day. As how I'm feeling in here, it's reflecting out and showing me, validating me what's really going on. I felt irritated there at the end, and it's more or less like I've done enough. I've gone through this enough. Like I don't need this anymore. A Four of Wands reversed, delayed festivities. Uh, yeah, it just keeps dragging out. Kind of what we were going off on there. It's how much longer and why. Why? We can ask why all the time, and we just said why. Why does it even matter? Well, it's because I'm feeling like shit. I'm going through pain. This is painful. You know, that's why. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to change it. And we've probably been changing or trying to change the circumstances in the external. Maybe we've been trying inside, and it's just gotten to the point that it's enough is enough, going back to the behead aspect, that I want to be done with this, no matter what it looks like. And there is freedom in there. I'm not telling anybody to give up, and the card wasn't either. But depending on what it's related to, or how it's going to reflect in your life, obviously it's important to you, and it generates some sort of uh, safety within us. So that's where we kind of got to be honest with ourselves. You know, is this up against a wound, which really puts more power in our hands than we know? But how can I let go of that? Six of Swords, a brighter future. This kind of feels like walking away from it. So this is a contradiction. Do we see that this will make it easier? If I just walk away from it, it'll be over. It'll be gone. Uh, at that original card, the people leaving in the boat, they don't have much of anything. So maybe we would walk away from something and start over again. But in all honesty, uh, that wound's still going to be there if it is truly connected to that. Sure, we might change something in the external to make it go away, but it's going to come back around again. You know, it doesn't just, that's like running from our problems. And I'm not saying that's what we're doing or debating, but if you really think about that, you know, oh, this relationship, romantic, sucked. I'll just go get with this other person. And then it kind of follows the same situation. Oh, we could move and go here and everything will be different. Well, no, those problems follow. We can change all these things all we want in the external to how we perceive it to work. Be like, oh, if I just get this, because this is my problem right now, I get this out of the way, it'll go away. I won't, that's the problem. It's out there when really it's in here. And I'm not saying you're a problem. It's the wound or the fear or the insecurity that's holding us back. And we're trying to control it. We're trying to medicate it, suppress it, uh, pacify it, whatever, to calm it down. And that makes sense. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. We don't want to feel it. So through this process, it's our perception, and that everything out there is what's causing it, when really it's this belief. And again, going back to that, I'm not trying to say that's easy to just turn off. If we're aware of it, I'm sure we tried to, but it's real in there. And how can we make it not real? How can we get through that? How can we change it? How can we heal this aspect for good, to release it? That's why we're in this situation in the first place, to be free of it. Page of Pentacles reversed. Reluctance. It's getting into not really being able to see it. Probably keep going for answers or validation or guidance around this. And everybody always says, well, it's right in front of you. It's like, well, I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Maybe because we don't want to, or we don't think it's that. we're placing logic in there somewhere, we're justifying it. That's very easy to do with a wound or an insecurity or a fear because we've lived our whole life for it. And in our mind, it has kept us safe because if we didn't allow it to make decisions for us or to guide us, it would have felt like this, what we're feeling right now. And we're feeling it and we're trying to change things, and everything is saying no or rejection or resistance somehow for us to see it. Of course, it's going to get louder and louder, more uncomfortable until we finally put the puzzle pieces together. So, what is it that we're rejecting to see? Or maybe we see it, but we don't want to believe it. We want there to be another option. We want there to be another way. And that surrounds being honest with ourselves. Eight of Pentacles, diligence underneath the Eight of Wands, progress. 8-8 there. We are working towards this situation. I don't think we have to lose anything. The project, the goal, the whatever it may be. I think the fear is in losing it, and the way that we keep it or keep it afloat is the wrong thinking. But let's just go back to the fear of losing it, whatever it is. We're holding on to it, and sometimes we say holding on to things too tightly, we have to let go of it. So it's quite a contradicting feeling here. I've been in these situations before, and it's like that's why I'm talking about it. Very simply. We're gonna let's get in here a bit deeper. Delayed festivities. Underneath that, we got the Page of Swords reversed. Better judgment. What situations this can really come off as that we did something wrong. We shouldn't have done this. Spending time in the past. All of my actions have delayed this. Really looking at the past and how I did this to myself, which can be valid at a time depending on if we were working out of a wound. But say we're going up against something that is to get out of that wound, and instead we went further into the hole of that wound, which is really unearthing it, opening it up further, and really having a look at it. And sure, we can look at it, but how can we change that belief? How can we change that belief? Ten of Pentacles, family abundance, viewing what this is to you. It doesn't have to have anything to do with money. This is underneath the Six of Swords, and I'm not saying having nothing is abundance, but to some it is. Really viewing what is important to you. Did we go after something for a wound? I don't know if I said that already, but sometimes we make decisions. What if the decision that we're dealing with was out of a wound? But that would sound like we'd be giving it up if we want to release it. This is quite confusing. I think this is where we're at in the mind. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I cut the head off or not? Do I continue forward? We'd have to do a bit of reflection there, as I said before, on what's driving this? What was the initiation? Are we chasing it for a wound that maybe we don't have anymore? Maybe we don't need? Or is this the process of finally to release it? I think we're in it, though. I think we haven't really fully changed that belief. We'll get one last card here. Two of Cups, harmonious union. This comes off as with self, with our soul, merging these aspects, the wounds, the fears, the traumas, integrating it in here and knowing it, viewing it, but being free of it, always making decisions for us. This is this process that we're in, and we may be looking at it more on the the tangible sense, our 3D, our experience, material, matter, people, places, and things as what we're struggling with right now. It may not be just an internal battle. I mean, I think the external is heavily involved here. But how can we uh, remove the externals, as we perceive it, the externals reflection as our problem, and more inside here? Because we're trying to change out here to change how this feels in here. And if we can do that all in here, naturally the reflection, the mirror, will take place. That's not an easy thing to do, again, depending on what it's up against. But what is this driving force? This pain that you're feeling right now, is it with a wound? Is it with a fear? Is it with an insecurity that you can reflect on and say, you know what, throughout life, I have struggled with that, or I have carried that, or I have made decisions to pacify that wound, and I know it's real. I know it's in me. So what do I want to do now? I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully that wasn't more confusing than it had to be. We are all over the place. I'm sure you are too. Hang in there. Uh, Say don't give up, whatever that looks like to you. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.